Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Today we're going to be talking all about the Royal Rumble 1999. This was an awesome show to watch the night after Royal Rumble 1998. I had the same feeling after watching 99 as I did 98, where basically I wish that I had time to watch this show over again. Definitely this would be one that I bookmark to make sure that I watch next year, because this is an awesome Attitude Era pay-per-view. If you love the corporation, if you love DX, if you love the ministry, there's lots of storylines built through this. The whole undercard, which on a lot of Rumbles don't have a lot of meaning to them. They're all DX matches, and if you love DX, that being Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac, you're really going to like these. I don't really know a lot of the meaning behind these matches, such as Boss Man beating Road Dogg. They had a match, Ken Shamrock beating Billy Gunn by submission with the ankle lock. Lots of things that I know about this match behind the scenes, where basically, Billy Gunn was supposed to be getting the start of a big push, where he was going to be given the Intercontinental Championship, and, be on going from there. Instead, Billy Gunn, I believe, missed curfew the night before, and then also the night of the Royal Rumble showed up to the arena late. And, WWF sort of took this as a lot of heat on Billy Gunn, started deciding not to give him the Intercontinental Championship, making him, sort of sit on the back burner. I'm not 100% sure if, maybe as like the one Billy Gunn or something like that, as Billy Gunn got the Intercontinental Championship later in his career, but I'd be willing to make a gamble. I don't think Billy Gunn ever won the Intercontinental Championship, so this was a big mistake. But in 1999, DX was hot, so was the New Age Outlaws. I'm sure Billy Gunn thought he was, sitting on top of the world and could do anything he wanted to. And if he did get in trouble, I'm sure that he thought that his turn was coming up around the corner. Billy Gunn was always a big guy. You watch him on TV, he doesn't look that big. But when you see Billy Gunn in real life, it's like, damn, Billy Gunn's jacked. He's a big, big dude. And I can understand why a lot of people always try to give him chances in wrestling. From there, you go to X-Pac, your European champion, wrestling against Gangrel. X-Pac gets the win. So DX, as a team, they go 1-2. They show a little promo of them in the back getting ready for the Royal Rumble. All of them look very beaten and bruised, but they're saying they're willing to go on to the big one with Triple H and make sure they're able to win it, so DX can go into WrestleMania 15 and go after the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event. From there, we go on to Sable, wrestling against Luna Vachon. Luna is managed by Shane, who comes out and tells Sable that they don't have to have this match. Sable stands up to Shane and says that she wants to do it, so it's a strap match is what this is. It's a pretty fast match. Nothing really big here. I wasn't really even paying attention, to be honest. Sable pulls out the win. From there, we go to The Rock wrestling against Mankind in an I Quit match for the WWF Championship. This was the match made very, very popular by the Beyond the Mat documentary. By now, I'm sure everyone's seen it. If you haven't, I don't think it's on YouTube. I don't think it's on Netflix. But I'm pretty sure it has been uploaded on YouTube in a while, although I haven't really looked for it. It's not hard to find. It's not very expensive if you're looking for a copy on DVD as well. I don't think it's a Blu-ray yet, but if you owned the collector's edition of the Beyond the Mat DVD, there's commentary by Jesse Ventura and Mick Foley, where Mick Foley goes into telling the story of what happened during this I Quit match, where basically The Rock took liberties with Mankind, hitting him, I've heard the number as high as 25 and sometimes even higher, in the head, unprotected, due to Mick Foley being handcuffed. And, as I watched the match, it was very uncomfortable. When you watch the documentary, they show it from the fan's perspective. If you were watching Mick Foley's wife and at the time, a son and daughter watched the match, where their son and daughter and wife have to run away from the ring, and they just can't believe the punishment that The Rock is handing Mick Foley and how he's able to take it. They run to the back being scared. You can see on the documentary that I can't remember. I think it's the daughter, who would be Noelle Foley. sort of looking at Mick Foley's big, huge cut as he's about to get stitched up. And, she says something to the fact of, Daddy's got a boo-boo. And, yeah, a big boo-boo. And, he's in the back getting it all stitched up. But as I watch this match, it's a good match. But at the same time, it's very uncomfortable to watch. As basically, you can tell that there's points in this match when Mankind's like, I'm fucking done getting hit in the head with this goddamn steel chair. And, he has his back to Rock as he knows Rock's about to hit him with a chair. And the Rock's sort of spinning him around to make sure that he gets the full-on unprotected chair shot right to the head. Something that when you watch The Rock's career, The Rock's the kind of guy who always puts his hands up. But with Mick Foley being, handcuffed, The Rock's just laying them in. Maybe the plan was in the back that, The Rock was going to put a couple on there, but 20 is fucking too many. It's one of the things, like when you watch Ring of Honor, Nigel's always yelling, get your hands up, during the thing. Like, it's just, you get your brain scrambled. When watching this match, and as well as some other ones, the fact that Mick Foley is, traveling the world, sort of, I guess you call him a comedian, and he's a New York Times bestseller. He's very lucky. Anybody else taking this kind of punishment just wouldn't have happened. This one isn't, the Royal Rumble itself was entitled No Chance in Hell. This was I believe it was Commissioner Michaels, who basically took the challenge of Vince McMahon, saying that he wanted to fight Stone Cold Steve Austin. So they put them in the Royal Rumble number 1 and number 2. And I think that was one of the biggest buying points for this pay-per-view, is that Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, even if it was for just a minute, or 2 minutes, that being, we're going to fight inside of a WWE ring before, anybody else ran in to interfere. I was really surprised at the time that WWF didn't really stack the deck against Austin, seeing how they could have made number 3, 4, 5, 6, all of the members of the corporation. You could have had Boss Man, Shamrock, Test, all sorts of these guys just run out there to really attack Stone Cold Steve Austin inside of the ring, leaving him laying. Instead, they told another great story, which was basically, they fought in the ring for 2 minutes, and then Golga comes running out to be number 3. Mr. McMahon had placed a $100,000 bounty for whoever could eliminate Stone Cold Steve Austin from the Royal Rumble. So Golga, even though he's a babyface, goes right after Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin eliminates him very fast within 15 seconds, but Mr. McMahon is able to escape the ring. He's tired of getting his ass whipped, leaving underneath the bottom rope, running all the way to the back, through the fans, and Austin is in hot pursuit running after him. And that was the plan, because once they hit basically the aisleway where the concessions and everything is, McMahon dips into the women's restroom, where Austin chases in after him, only to be met by all the members of the corporation, who deliver a beating and leave Austin laying there on the floor, to the point where the medics have to come and scoop him up, throw him in the back of the ambulance, and take him off to the hospital, making us think that that's the last we're going to see of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Lots of big names come in from there. You got Draws, Edge, Gilbert, Steve Blackman. Blackman is met by Dan Severn, who comes running in and immediately takes the fight right to Steve Blackman. Sort of having their MMA angle of who the toughest motherfucker is, pretty much. They're met by Tiger Ali Singh, the Blue Meanie. Mabel makes his WWF return. He had wrestled on Heat against Mankind as well. But when Mabel hits the ring, it's like 1995 all over again, with Mabel throwing out Steve Blackman, Dan Severn, Tiger Ali Singh, and the Blue Meanie, before basically Road Dogg comes out to be number 12. And as Road Dogg makes his entrance into the ring, the lights go out, where basically you see the members of the Ministry, you see the Acolytes, you see Midian attacking Mabel, taking him all the way to the back, where Undertaker and Paul Bearer come walking out the entrance. They're not participants in the Royal Rumble this year. They're just here for this, where basically they take Mabel and they put him into the back, making it look like he's being abducted, pretty much. Road Dogg, who's left inside of the ring, is begging the guys to come out and fight, where he's met by Gangrel. Those guys go at it until you got Kurgan, Al Snow, Goldust, the Godfather, where they're finally met by Kane. Kane comes out, and as soon as he's introduced into the Royal Rumble, He eliminates 4 people. He tosses out Road Dogg, Kurgan, Goldust, and Godfather, leaving himself all alone in the ring. From there, Kane, is chased out of the ring by doctors in white coats. One of them, I believe, is Scorpio Sky, who takes one hell of a choke slam from Kane before they're able to get him out of the ring and chase him off. This is the point where Vince McMahon makes his return from the back, making his way down. He gets into the ring for a quick moment and then dips out of the ring to get onto the commentary team, which is the first for Vince in a matter of years. He's met by Ken Shamrock, a member of the corporation, who gets into the ring. Where basically, from there, Billy Gunn comes running down, off their Intercontinental Championship match. Billy runs to the ring only wearing one boot, selling the fact that Ken Shamrock had him in the ankle lock earlier in the night. From there, you get Test, Boss Man, Triple H. All of these guys start to fill up the ring. Val Venus. I think it's after the Val Venus entrance is where they show in the back. There's a hearse back there, and you see Undertaker, Paul Bearer, Mideon, and the Acolytes sort of, all fighting Mabel, who's putting up a fight as they're trying to shove him into the back of the hearse. Through the fight, we see an ambulance returning to the scene. And as it drives by, you can definitely tell that it's Stone Cold Steve Austin driving the ambulance. And from there, we go to the Vince McMahon mannerisms, where he's selling the fact that he knows that Austin's coming back, and Austin's coming back to whoop his ass, and that's what you're going to get. From there, Austin hits the ring, starts throwing out guys left and right as Vince hides on the commentary team. Everybody's trying to gun for Austin, heel or babyface. Vince McMahon is on he's on the microphone, and he's yelling out to the fact of, "Come on, who wants $100,000? Somebody throw out Stone Cold Steve Austin." Last participants into the Royal Rumble are X-Pac, Mark Henry, Jeff Jarrett, D'Lo Brown, Owen Hart, and of course who had won the I think it was called like the DX Corporate Rumble. It was like the prequel to build up for the Royal Rumble. Chyna, the first woman participant in the Royal Rumble. She's able to eliminate Mark Henry herself, becoming the first woman entrant and the first woman to eliminate somebody from there. It all comes down to basically Vince McMahon and Steve Austin fighting inside of the ring, where Austin is taking his due time, trying to put punishment on Vince McMahon because he has him inside of the ring for the first time with no outside interference. But then after a good moment of time inside of the ring, The Rock comes down jive talking to Stone Cold Steve Austin, talking about how he's the champion and hurry up and in the match because at WrestleMania he's going to whoop his ass. And basically as Vince wakes up from a slumber inside of the ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock are jawing on the ringside, about to go into fight, when basically Vince sneaks up from behind, much like Ric Flair eliminating Psycho Sid from the Rumble for Ric Flair to win the WWF Championship. From there, Vince McMahon is crowned the winner. As The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin celebrate their big-time win. And, no, I apologize. Vince McMahon and The Rock celebrate their big-time win. Stone Cold Steve Austin walks off in his pity of defeat. This was a great show. Hopefully everybody will go out of their way to watch this on the WWE Network. I'm glad that I did, and I want to pass it on to you guys. Check out the Rumble 99. It's going to be a good one.